Just outside of the small town of Paris, Kentucky, sits Claiborne Farm, one of the most legendary thoroughbred farms in all of racing. It was the home of the mighty Secretariat, the 1973 Triple Crown winner, as well as many other influential stallions. In the fall of 1983, Claiborne Farm's homebred Swale was making a name for himself. He completed his 2-year-old season with 5 wins from 7 starts, including wins in the Saratoga Special, the Belmont Futurity, the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, and capped it off with a victory in the Grade 1 Young America at the Meadowlands.
Second, a length and a quarter. Dr. Carter is third, and the others are far back. In deep stretch, Disastrous Night digging in. Swale to challenge. Swale on the outside. Jeff Bell and Disastrous Night at the rail. Swale on the outside. Disastrous Night too close to call in a Young America.
But Swale lived in the shadow of his stablemate, Devil's Bag. Both horses were trained by future Hall of Famer and Kentucky native Woody Stephens. Devil's Bag, during his 2-year-old season, was drawing comparisons to none other than Secretariat, and his victory in the Champagne Stakes at Belmont further cemented that belief.
Casey's boy joined on the outside by Dr. Carter, but the story here is Devil's Bag. Devil's Bag has the lead by about 7. Dr. Carter in second. It's Maple on Devil's Bag in front.
Devil's Bag was all the rage. He was voted 2-year-old champion and was widely regarded as the Winter Book favorite to win the 1984 Kentucky Derby. But as the Stephens barn headed south for the winter, Woody had an ace up his sleeve. While Devil's Bag floundered at 3-5 in the Flamingo Stakes, Swale would win the Hutchison Stakes impressively, followed by a gutty win over Dr. Carter in the Florida Derby.
Swale has the lead. Dr. Carter battles on the outside. They come down to the wire. Swale is holding on it. Swale 3 parts of the length. Dr. Carter digging in and fighting on the outside. Swale holding on 3 parts of the length. It's Swale. Swale's going to be the winner. Dr. Carter the second. Swale on third.
Heading into that year's Derby, Stephens decided that Devil's Bag would bypass the race after a lackluster victory in the Kentucky Derby trial just 1 week earlier. But he would be well represented with Swale in the Run for the Roses. Ultimately, Swale was sent off as the second choice in the Derby at 3-1, behind the D. Wayne Lucas trained pair of fillies, Althea and Life's Magic.
All standing there, and they're off. Taking for the lead from the rail, it's Althea with Bear Hunt on the outside. Up in the center of the track, it's a Swale. Between horses, Van Landingham, Biloxi Indian is next. Down along the inside, Raja's Sharp.
After breaking from the auxiliary gates post-15 under future Hall of Famer Laffit Pincay Jr., Swale stalked the early leader Althea and pounced on the far turn. And the rest, as they say, is history.
They're midway through the turn, and Swale gets the lead, has it by a length and a half. On the inside, Althea second by ahead. Gaining ground on the outside. Here comes at the threshold. They're into the stretch. It's Swale in front by 2. In the center of the track, fight over. On the outside, it's at the threshold. Folks meet Chad now takes fourth. Then it's Life's Magic on the extreme outside. Gate Dancer with Valley Time. They're nearing the finish. It's all Swale. He's there by 4 lengths. On the outside, Coates meet Chad second. At the wire, it's Swale.
Swale would give Woody Stephens his second Kentucky Derby victory following Cannonade 10 years earlier. This would be the first and only Derby trophy for the legendary Claiborne Farm. Swale would go on to finish off the board in the Preakness Stakes 2 weeks later, but eventually would win the Belmont Stakes, the third of 5 straight wins in the race for Stephens.
Swale leads to the wire.
This has been another Auxiliary Gate memory.